This chapter was great, but also heart-wrenching too at the end, and after reading a chapter like this, I can see why this series gained such popularity.
Naruto number 30. Your future is...
Man, you know, sometimes it's really hard to stay fully composed for these reviews to talk to a camera, man. I tell you. Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another review on the awesome and action-packed and just, man, tug at your heartstrings tale of Naruto. Our last chapter saw us with Kakashi, of course, using his move with those cool, like, hellhounds or dogs or whatever, that earth move that just all came out of the ground and just grabbed and immobilized Zabuza. And then, of course, we know that Haku, we got, you know, the background on kind of his past and where he came from and how he came to be like this and everything else, and got some background on that. And really the chapter left off with, of course, Zabuza and Kakashi, you know, being embroiled in their battle, and Kakashi basically being like, all right, dude, you're done, you know. So that's where things pick up in this one. And, you know, and Zabuza's still talking shit. He's like, what, I'm done? I don't think so. And Kakashi's like, face it, dude. You know, listen, we know everything about you, and this is kind of cool because then we get some background on Zabuza as well. We know that you were exiled after a failed attempt at a coup to overthrow and to kill the Mizukage, obviously of their Hokage, I guess it would be, you know, their leader. After a failed attempt at assassinating him, you know, you and your people were all but put down and hunted and everything like that, and that's why you were forced out of your land. You know, one of those people that's always, you know, a freedom fighter, he claims himself to be, but he's trying to turn against and overthrow his government, so to speak, right? And at least that's what I got from it. He's like, and that's why, you know, you're always just trying to stay one step ahead of the shinobi hunters that are coming after your ass, and that's why you wound up taking this job from a lowly guy, like a lowly thug like this Gato, right? You know, he's like, that's not the way of the shinobi. And Zabu's like, you know, whatever, man. You don't need to give me a lesson on ethics and, you know, honor and everything else and whatnot. I do what I do because I have to, because I feel like it, whatever, you know. And then we get kind of a really cool move over here where Kakashi goes and starts to charge up his chakra, I guess you would call it. And he goes and he pulls out this badass looking lightning blade. And again, I don't know if the translations are exactly accurate or what. I just know that it looks cool because all of a sudden, man, he's just like, and his hand just like straight up like starts sizzling and cracking with electricity. And Zabuza even looks at it and he's like, oh my god, I can actually like see the chakra just like seething from his hand. You know, it's like almost uncontrollable. So we know that Kakashi is like next level. You know, we haven't fully explored the upper levels and the upper echelon of his power. You know, he certainly has not hit his roof yet, his peak, you know. So then they go and they take away, and like I said, and at this point, Kakashi is basically just like, listen, dude, you're done. Give up, okay? And, you know, we got your number, that type of thing. And Zabuza is still being pretty indignant about it. And obviously, you know, he seems like he's willing to die as opposed to actually giving up. So, nonetheless, though, it winds up then taking us to Haku and Naruto. And Haku's like, you have to kill me, you know, please, just kill me. And Naruto's like, what do you mean? Is there no other way? Seriously? That's all you live for because you lost one stupid fight? There's more to life than just fighting, you know? And Haku's like, no, you don't understand. That's the way that it is. You know, maybe in another life we could have been friends and blah, blah, blah. But you don't understand. This is how it is, you know? And Naruto goes and finally, after some back and forth and whatnot, and trying to talk Haku out of this, because Naruto, you know, I think he still wants to believe that there's good in people, you know what I mean? And he's trying to even say that. He's like, you know, and your master cares for you more than you just being a killer and just winning your battles, you know? And that's, you know, and that's the kid in him coming out, man. That's that, when you're a child, you know, and you're younger, the whole world is your oyster, as they say, and you look at everything and you think, geez, there doesn't need to be this. Why can't they just get along? And it's so simple. And it really is. And then as you get older, your perspective on things starts to become more jaded as you go and you see some of the things in the turmoil and some of the things that go on in the world around you. But as a kid, you know, you want to just basically be like, hey, listen, dude, it's cool. Don't worry about it. You don't need to fight. Who cares that you lost? It's better to live, you know? But Haku's not having it, and finally Naruto goes and breaks down and goes in this long kind of, several panel scene as it goes, and then it flips to Mr. Tazuna and Sakura, because we haven't seen them in a couple of chapters. They're kind of seeing these two figures as the mist is clearing, and it looks like they're just standing there, and then they can see one of them's moving, so we presume that's obviously Naruto coming at Haku. So Naruto goes and pulls out one of his kunai and starts to come right at Haku, and then right at the last second you flip the page, he's like, and you see it, and I'm thinking, oh man, and then you go and you see Haku went and grabbed his arm, pulled him out of the way, and was like, sorry Naruto, I can't die just yet. And then all of a sudden, just poof, disappeared in a poof of smoke. And as soon as this happened, I was like, son of a bitch, man, I know what's coming next. And even though these are antagonists, they're bad guys, they're villains, it still plays on my heartstrings because this kid is a kid, man. I don't care about a killing machine, shinobi, Kekkei Kai, all that stuff. Still a kid, man, And man, I tell you. So then it goes and it goes back to Zabuza, of course, standing there and real indignant, and of course he's ready. Kakashi's ready with this cool lightning blade hand thing, and he's coming at him in motion, and again, Zabuza is still kind of just being like this indignant prick, he's not giving in, not giving up, not anything, And as it goes and it's, and then you just see like the blood splatter on the page and everything like that, and then you go and you turn the page. And this is what you turn the page to, and I knew this was going to happen as soon as Haku blocked Naruto and disappeared. He just went and took a bullet for his master, the piece of shit that treats him like a dog and that now won't care for him anymore because he lost a battle. But just straight up, and you can see Kakashi's hand coming out the back end. I mean, there's just so much blood. And I mean, it's just, obviously, I don't think there's anything left in Haku. And Haku's just kind of got this mean, indignant look on his face, like, all right, I've done my last, my last good deed here for my master. And then it's like, Zabuza, sir, and then you got Zabuza. You said my future was death, but you missed again, Kakashi. And I'm thinking, man, what a prick this freaking guy is. Seriously? I get it that Haku's your tool of destruction and everything else, man, but really? It's almost like he just knew that Haku was going to come in for him. Anyway, he probably did, that he was going to go and bite the bullet for him, take one for the team, so to speak. But Zabuza, man, I mean, this is a guy, I'd like to see him get his fucking heart ripped out, man. God. Oh, I tell you. So, you get into this stuff and it brings out the best and worst emotionally, I mean, that happens several times. So, at any rate, that is how the chapter ends, and I have to go to the next chapter and see, hopefully, Zabuza get his asshole torn up. Actually, that didn't sound good. It sounded like some sort of like gay prison sex. But anyway, so my chapter question for you is really, what are your thoughts on Zabuza now that we found out, obviously, about his background? Tried to put together, like basically a small army of mercenaries, to have an attempted coup to overthrow, the leaders of his land, an attempted assassination on their Mitsukage, and just really his whole background, and even how he acted, even when Haku, just got ran through right in front of him. And I mean, he literally got blood from Haku splattered all over his face, and he's just like, oh, Kakashi, you were wrong, ha ha ha. And I'm thinking, oh. Let me know what you think about that, though, brothers and sisters, in the comments down below. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next one, Nation.
Wouldn't you like to wake up and see that staring at you in the morning, huh? Anyway, follow me over on my other channel on Facebook and Twitter as well, huh?